This one perspective change will transform your life overnight. To use video games as an example, you generally don't start with your character at max level with all their skills maxed out and infinite money and all the quests complete, right? That would take away all the fun of the game. That would completely defeat the purpose. The video games usually start with some backstory, with you being in the middle of some conflict. Sometimes you were a powerful character and then something happens and everything gets taken away and you have to start over, and that's where you actually start the game and take control, right? So it's the same thing in real life. Everything that's led to this moment has happened for a reason. You are not the victim of the circumstances and the things that have happened to you. All of that has just been set up to this moment. This moment is where your life begins. This is where you wake up and you take control, just like the video game. Your life would be meaningless and devoid of satisfaction if you already had everything you ever wanted and can get anything you wanted just like that. So everything that's happened up until now has set up the backstory to what's about to come. The perspective change is that you are not a victim. You are solely responsible for everything that's happening to your life and everything that's going to go forward. Sure, you can say some of the things that's happened to you is, your parents' fault or society's fault or whatever, but that doesn't help anything. That's backwards looking. And even if that was the case, at this point, it's still your responsibility to do anything about it. Your life is your responsibility. So the perspective change is to go from being a victim to taking full responsibility, full accountability for everything in your life up until now and everything going forward. And it's easier than you think, and it seems scary, and it seems like, if you take accountability and you're not the victim, then if your life's not where you want it to be right now, then, oh, it's my fault. It means I'm failing, I'm worthless. No, that's not true. Again, everything has just been built up into this point. It's adding to the excitement. It's adding to the glory of the climb. So in the video games, you enter the world and the past is already pre-generated, the storyline, all of that, right? You don't experience what has happened up until that point. You just enter the game at that point and you take over. Well, you've been asleep your whole life up until now, and now is the moment where you're waking up. Now is the moment where you're entering the game and you're taking control. So a good way to think about this is that before your life even started, you chose all of this for yourself. Just like picking what video game you want to play, picking what difficulty to choose, choosing what class or race you're going to play in that video game. Just think that you already did that for yourself in this world, in this life, but you forgot about it to make it more exciting, to make it more real and immersive. So you are not the victim to your circumstances in your life up to this point. You chose all this. So now you get to play it, now you get to live it. Well, some of us have harder beginnings, harder starts, harder circumstances than others. And still, it's, again, like, why do some people choose to play the Dark Souls series with like a DDR pad or, some of these crazy challenges that people do? Why do people choose to climb mountains when they can just stay down here, or they can just fly to the top? Because it's about the experience, it's about the challenge. That's what gives life its satisfaction, its meaning, its beauty, is the overcoming of things, the story. There's no great story without conflict, without a beginning, a middle, a climax, a resolution. So it's the same thing with life. If you wish for a problem-free life, you wish for this life free of conflict or difficulties, that's going to be a really meaningless life. I guarantee you're not going to be satisfied with that. So find those problems, find those challenges that bring meaning to you. So if you chose your life up until this point and everything that's happened, you're accountable for, you're completely responsible for, now, how are you going to play the rest of your life? How are you going to see the storyline out? Now you can see everything that happened to you as beneficial. Even if it was painful, even if it hurt, even if it took something away you really cared about or loved, it was necessary. It was necessary to create this story, to create who you are right now. And every feeling that you feel, whether it's negative or positive, there's meaning to it. It's not something that was just shoved onto you and you didn't ask for, and it has no meaning, and you're just suffering, you're just being punished for no reason. You asked to be born, and you asked to go through everything that you've been through. And every feeling that you feel from now on has meaning to it. Everything you experience, everything you become aware of, anything that captures your attention, anything that goes right or wrong, that's part of the story. It's part of your story. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with each thing? With the anger or the sadness that you feel? Are you just going to mope in it? Or are you going to take that energy and create something with it? Turn it into positive change. Choosing to see yourself as the victim is the easy way out of life, but it makes you feel so empty. It makes you feel so powerless and unfulfilled. My life is sad and empty because my parents did this to me, because I was born in this place, because my genetics aren't perfect, because I'm not the best looking or the tallest or the smartest or the richest. Okay, so what? You think you'd really be happy if you had any of those things? It's people that have all those things and they're still miserable. You are not the victim of life. Life is a gift, and everything that's happened is a gift. The fact that you're here and you're breathing and you're watching this, you are the hero to your own story. And just like in every book and movie and even in sports, the real challenge, the real obstacle is always the hero themselves. It's always themselves. It's not the people that they're competing against or the monsters or, the villain. Those things are just there to give the hero, the main character, something to work against, to work with. The hero needs those things to grow, to get better, for the story to even exist. So without the villain, without the competition, without the challenge, the problem, there is no hero either. There is no storyline. So it's all necessary. Everything that's happened in your life so far is necessary, and everything that is going to happen in the future is also necessary. So it's just a matter of how you look at it. Are you a victim to everything that's happened to you and everything that's going to happen to you? Or are you solely accountable and responsible and going to make something of it? It can be a shocking realization to go from blaming everything and everyone else and seeing yourself as a victim to saying, oh, this is all my doing. I chose all this. I'm responsible for all this. That can be a lot to bear and, a slap to the face. But trust me, nothing good comes of staying as the victim, of absolving yourself of that responsibility. The things you want in life are so much sweeter when you work for it, when you earn it, and when you overcome things to get it. And the lower you start or the farther you've fallen in your life, the more beautiful and glorious the climb back up to the top will be. So if you feel your life is particularly hard or challenging, you set it up that way. You set it up because you're going to overcome it, and you're going to rise, and you're going to shine, and you're going to appreciate every bit of it. You're not going to stay at the bottom. You're going to make your way up. And it's going to be more rewarding and fulfilling than those who have never been as low as you've been or through as difficult things as you're going through. And for those who have it more easy and don't have as big of a climb, that's okay too. Appreciate that. Have gratitude for that. And use that privilege to find the challenges and the problems that really speak to you, that really make a difference. Don't take it for granted. It's easy to just sit around and waste the days away when you have it good and you have it easy. But it shows some real character to step out of your comfort zone when you don't have to and do something with your life for yourself and for others. You could always make things better in some way. You could always learn something new or create something new, innovate, help somebody, serve someone, express yourself. I was going to do a video today on deliberate practice, and I'm still going to do that, but I just thought this one was more important first, because going from a victim to taking responsibility is everything. It all starts there. Being proactive, not reactive, to life, to your circumstances, to whatever happens to you. That's what puts the power back into your hands. That's what gives you the power to transform your life and make the things happen that you want to happen. So thanks for watching again. I hope this was helpful. I hope you choose to take responsibility for your life and stop playing the victim, and we all make this a better experience together. Bye.